The world is changing. For decades, the United States stood as the undisputed leader of the free world. But now, the winds of change are blowing, and a new era is dawning. The rise of China, coupled with a resurgent Russia, is reshaping the geopolitical landscape. China's Belt and Road Initiative, a massive infrastructure project spanning across Eurasia, seems to echo Mackinder's vision, albeit in a more economically focused manner. This shift in power is not merely theoretical, it is manifesting in tangible ways. From the halls of the United Nations to the battlefields of the Middle East, China's economic clout is undeniable, and its military might is growing rapidly. Russia, too, has been flexing its muscles, seeking to reclaim its former glory. The stakes are high, and the consequences of inaction are dire. The relationship between China and Russia has long been characterized by suspicion and mistrust. However, in recent years, we have witnessed a thawing of relations, driven by shared interests and a common adversary, the United States. This burgeoning partnership is evident in the numerous high-level meetings between Chinese and Russian leaders. In 2019, the two countries declared a comprehensive strategic partnership of coordination for a new era, a testament to their growing ties. China and Russia have conducted joint military exercises, signaling their willingness to cooperate on security matters. They have also deepened their economic ties, with trade between the two countries reaching record levels. This budding bromance between the bear and the dragon has profound implications for the global balance of power. Their growing cooperation in areas such as energy, technology, and defense has the potential to reshape the global order. The United States finds itself at a crossroads. The unipolar moment where it reigned supreme is over. The rise of China and Russia presents a challenge to U.S. global leadership, forcing Washington to rethink its foreign policy priorities and strategies. While the U.S. remains a formidable power, it can no longer dictate the terms of engagement. The U.S. response to this new reality has been multifaceted. On the one hand, the U.S. has adopted a more confrontational approach towards China, particularly on issues such as trade and technology. The Biden administration has made a concerted effort to repair relations with European allies that were strained during the Trump era. The U.S. has also deepened its engagement with countries in the Indo-Pacific region, such as India, Japan, and Australia, forming the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue, or Quad, a strategic forum seen as a counterweight to China. The U.S. must find a way to compete with China and Russia without triggering a new Cold War. The shifting balance of power has led many observers to proclaim the dawn of a new world order, one in which Asia takes center stage. China, with its booming economy and growing military might, is seen as the leading contender for global leadership. The 21st century, some argue, will be the Asian century. Asian economies are becoming increasingly integrated, driven by trade and investment flows. Asian countries are also playing a more active role in global governance, as evidenced by the growing influence of institutions such as the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank and the New Development Bank. The rise of Asia, however, is not without its challenges. It remains to be seen how the rise of Asia will reshape the global order and what role the United States will play in this new era. The potential perils of this new era are significant. As China's power grows, so too does its assertiveness on the world stage. Beijing's actions in the South China Sea, where it has built artificial islands and militarized disputed territories, have raised concerns about its willingness to use force to advance its interests. The potential for conflict between the US and China, whether over Taiwan, trade, or other flashpoints, is a constant worry. Beyond the risk of direct conflict, there is also the danger of a new Cold War, with the world divided into competing blocs, stifling cooperation and exacerbating global tensions. However, the Asian century also holds immense promise. China's economic rise has lifted hundreds of millions of people out of poverty, and its technological advancements have the potential to benefit humanity as a whole. The world is entering uncharted waters. The old rules of the game no longer apply. The United States must adapt to this new reality, recognizing that it is no longer the sole superpower. A strategy of containment reminiscent of the Cold War is not only unrealistic but also counterproductive. Instead, the US should pursue a policy of measured engagement with China and Russia. This means competing where necessary, such as on technological innovation and military modernization, but also cooperating where possible, such as on climate change, pandemics, and nuclear non-proliferation. The future of global diplomacy hinges on finding a way to manage the rivalry between the US and China peacefully and constructively. A world in which the US and China can coexist peacefully and cooperate on shared challenges is a world that benefits everyone.